What's up, everybody? I'm going on a 60-day fruits and vegetables, raw vegetable diet starting tomorrow. So, with that said, I pigged out today. I just had me some egg foo young with some beef and broccoli, and I ate that, man. I was out, brother. I was out. But then somebody gave me a call. One of my sources gave me a call and said, "Greg, did you hear what happened?" What? Jake Paul in the ramen fight is off. I was like, what? Oh, shoot. I got to hit the studio on this one. So, that's what we're going to talk about. The Jake Paul press conference and the cancellation with Hasim Rahman. We're going to touch on the Ryan Garcia win over Javier Fortuna. Of course, we're going to touch on my favorite fighter, Tank Davis. There's a glove autographed by him. Everyone knows that's my favorite fighter. We're also going to touch on the Danny Garcia win over Jose Benavidez. We're going to hit Teofimo Lopez. Then I'm going to review Sabastian Fundora. Let you guys know what I think about that young fighter. But before we get to that, I want to say if you enjoy hard-hitting, no-nonsense, straight to the point, boxing talk, hit the subscribe because you're right where you want, where you need to be. Boom. Ryan Garcia went over Javier Fortuna. I'm not. I always say I get on and beat up Ryan Garcia, but I guess he looked all right. Hey, it's a win. He won, so that I guess he looked all right. Because old Grandma Valley wants to know the final results, and he won the fight. But I'm like, Javier Fortuna just didn't impress me at all. I mean, like I'm stopping short of just saying he stinks, but I didn't think he was a good fighter. You know what I mean? I just don't. This kid had like what, 21, 22 wins or something like that. I don't know exactly, somewhere around there. Who did he beat 21 times? I mean, he's not a good fighter. I know you're gonna say I beat up the new school, but it seems to me like the quality of opposition, not even that, not the quality of opposition. Just the talent level is just not what it used to be. Look. You think I'm lying? All right, dude. Yeah, let's go through this little exercise. Close your eyes. Right now, close your eyes and picture Javier Fortuna staring across the ring at Aaron Pryor. Bing! Come on, man. Aaron Pryor ran right out of the ring. I'm not going to beat him up too much, but the thing is, Ryan Garcia, I used to beat him up a lot more. When he fight with his head up in the air like this, you know, all that junk, like that. Keep your hands up, tuck your chin and bring it. You know, that's where I'm at. But I didn't like him because he's always doing this junk, and he was slapping that hook a little bit back in the day, but he seems to turn it over a lot better now. His skills is improving. I guess the new trainer, his skills are improving. He looks a lot better. I don't think he's ready for Tank Davis, but I guess that's a fight they're building up to. Tank will knock him out. And I'm not just saying that because Tank's my favorite fighter. There's a glove in back of me is autographed by Tank. Everyone knows Tank Davis is my favorite fighter. But even if he wasn't, I would pick him to knock out Ryan Garcia because I just don't think he can escape them bombs for the duration of a fight. Eventually, you got guys like this guy Fortuna, flopping around the ring like a tuna. Guys like that, he can look good against. But Tank coming at him constantly is gonna. I think he'll eventually break him. But again, I'm gonna take my hat off to Ryan Garcia because it is a win. And you know what I always tell you guys? Old Grandma Valley wants to know the final results. So he got the W. And he got it in an impressive way. Although I think Javier Fortuna, he just acted like a tuna. Flopping around. And, I was impressed with him at all. I don't even know how the hell he got 21 wins or who he beat or to me, it was ridiculous. That guy's ridiculous. He was ridiculous. And yeah, I said it. What you want to do, Javier? Javier flopping around too. Come mess with Ghetto Greg, you big-headed. Anyway, Javier Fortuna, the tuna. I'm gonna call you the tuna now, Javier. Going. Anyway, Jake Paul, the press conference. Jake Paul. When they had that press conference, go to my video in my description. When what did I name it? I think I named it Pro Fighter Jake Paul fan now, something like that. That was me. I used to beat him up a lot back in the day, but lately I've been well, he seems to be pretty decent for boxing. He's providing excitement to the sport. He's doing a lot. He's getting guys paid on the undercard. Guys and gals paid on the undercard. So hey man, I'm not anti Jake Paul. No, I'm not. Whoever don't like it, what do I always tell you guys? I got my opinion. I'm gonna say my opinion. You don't like it too damn bad. Ain't nobody whooping my ass. I tell you that right now. Ain't nobody whooping my ass. Hey, you know, Ramon. I think I better patent that. Anyway, initially when they had the press conference, and him and Hasim Rahman, I never. Maybe because I'm not as in touch with the new school as I should be, but I really don't know nothing about Hasim Rahman, except what I kind of studied lately since the press conference and all that. Watched his fight. I'm not impressed with his skills at all. Not at all. I'm not impressed with his skills at all. He fights to his head up. Got that kind of, I don't know. I just don't like his style. I think that the Jake Paul and his camp are not stupid. They're not really going to put Jake Paul, I don't want to make it sound like they're kind of picking his opponents, but I just don't think they're going to try to get him knocked off. So they're going to give him someone I think that they know that there's a likeliness that he's going to beat him. In other words, they pick their opponents very carefully. So people can look good on paper, but you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of intangibles that go into this stuff. But with all that said, I think that Jake Paul would beat him. I know they say he's a real fighter and all that stuff, but he ain't his father. And look, I remember that fight with his father fought Lennox Lewis and knocked him out in the return match. He got knocked out, all that. But he ain't his father. So I just not impressed with his skills. But then again, I'm pretty much not impressed with none of these young cats' skills. I just think I would have knocked them all off. I would knock them back 20 years ago. I'd knock them all off. From anyway. But I think Jake Paul would have beat him. But we're not gonna see it because evidently it was some problems going on behind the scenes about the weight and losing the weight and the catch weights and all that kind of stuff. Again.
Now look, I signed a contract to make 200 pounds. Within the 3 or 3.5 weeks that I had to do it, but I couldn't do it. My body simply would not let me do it, would not let me get down to 200 pounds.
Emergency press conference. You may have seen the news. Hasim Rahman Jr. has pulled out of the fight. This is not a joke. I am devastated. I cannot believe this. We just found out this news. And this is just another case of a professional boxer, just like Tommy Fury, being scared to fight me. It's as clear as day.
New school nonsense. That stuff don't happen back in the day. Many times you guys come in 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds overweight. No one pays attention to it. Go on, just go fight. That's what we used to do back in the day. But these days, 2 pounds is a cause for a fight to be called off. 5 pounds is a cause for a fight to be called off. Bill Durant, for crying out loud, lost 30 pounds on his lead up to a fight, Sherway Leonard. 30 pounds! So you look it up. Like 20, 30 pounds. Guys are crying about 3 pounds. You're talking about why I always say boxing is soft as a cherry pepper these days. But now the fight's off for that kind of stuff. So maybe Jake Paul, because listen to what he's saying. Maybe Jake Paul is on to something here. Maybe that dude, maybe the bright lights did burn him up a little bit. Maybe, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. Who knows? But we're not going to see it. At least right now, we're not going to see it. I'd like to see Jake Paul against a real, when I say a real fighter, because I don't consider Nate Campbell, the basketball player, all them guys, even Fury, the Fury kid he was going to fight that pulled out too. I don't even consider him a real fighter. He's a TV star, some crap. You know what I mean? But I'd like to see him against. I think he wouldn't beat any top guys. But he ain't gonna beat none of the top guys. But I'd like to see him with a fringe contender, like someone that's on the outskirts. Maybe a journeyman that got a couple of L's, but it's still dangerous, like a gatekeeper. I like to see him against like a real gatekeeper, good, strong gatekeeper, not some guy that didn't figure out that he ain't training in his hometown, sent some spies to his hometown, so found out that he's not training. Not that guy, which I think might be something to do with this. You know, guy got spies in the city, sits on the city, make sure this guy ain't been in the gym. He ain't been in the gym for 2 months. You know, he's all fat and sloppy. See him at the nightclub the other night. Now, go on, sign the contract. Your biggest payday ever. You know, I'm not saying that's what happened with Hasim Rahman. I'm just saying these things happen. You know what I mean? These things do happen. So the bottom line is, people who send spies out. You know what I mean? I've been in the game for a long time. I'm telling you, people send spies out, and they find out that, you know, they get them little advantages. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm not saying that's what happened with Hasim Rahman, because I'm not trying to disrespect the brother, but it is what it is. You know, if you pulled out that fight for 8 pounds, shame on you. Hell's wrong with you? Yeah, and your dad, you should know better than that. You old school. You should know better than that, man. You know what I mean? That 8 pounds. Who cares? Who cares? You know what I mean? People fight with a 30-pound difference for that kind of money. What is wrong with you guys? You kids. Ridiculous. Gonna get me on a rant today. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, then let's touch on in game these days. He's had some big fights, and he's he's technically sound, like I said. The kid Jose Benavidez. Again, I don't think he's skilled. If this sounds like a hating video, screw you. I don't care what you say. You're not good. You know what I'm saying? You're not good. Because you slap your punches, you do that sloppy. Man, I would have came down the pipe right here and took your head clean off. So I see you wanted that old crazy, wild overhand right. I bet these guys don't, man. I wait for it all right. Come out, bow! Come with that straight right down the pipe. Beat you to the punch, and then I finish with that hook and put you right on your ass. You know what I mean? These guys not skilled. I wasn't impressed at all. I seen one exchange when they're inside, and he actually slapped the 3-punch combination. Like, what are we playing? Pity pat? Patty cake, patty cake, patty cake. Is that what we're doing? I mean, he slapped like pop, 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 like a 4-punch. Who are you? Where are the old school trainers? Where do you guys teach you guys to turn punches over? Like, I don't dig. They them punches. What's all this slapping? What's all this junk? It's aggravating me, man. You know what I mean? But then I guess I can't have a video that just beat up everybody. But it is what it is. I mean, is anybody seeing this stuff? I mean, these are not skilled fighters. Period. I don't care what no one says. They're not skilled. You know what I mean? That Jose Benavidez, I wasn't impressed with him at all. I know he's sitting there posing in the show. Then you know the guys always get hit. Come on, who's gonna do? I definitely don't like that nonsense. You know what I mean? So hey, somebody throw us on the Danny Garcia fight. I take him half Danny Garcia. I like Danny Garcia. He always comes to fight. You know, his dad got a lot of junk. I heard. I see some of the videos. They said not me making it up. You just go on YouTube and punch in Danny Garcia's father. He's a pretty loud dude. You know what I mean? He gets in some arguments, but the thing is, his son's a good fighter. I like Danny Garcia. He's sound, like I said, he's sound, he's technical. You know what I mean? Which brings us to Teofimo Lopez. I was up in New York with Teofimo like a couple of weeks ago. Good dude, man. That real good dude. Good dude, man. That's, you know what I mean? I think that when people see that, and by the way, you can see that. The video, Teofimo Lopez, learning techniques from Tim Witherspoon and Mitch Green, one of my boys, Tim and Mitch. You can go check that video out. Links in the description. But yeah, Teofimo, I think after he lost to Kambosos, and there was some interviews that he did that people took as arrogant, and they took as, I think they misread him. You know what I mean? You could go check my video. You see, Teo is not. And you can tell by all the comments, people now know, because of my video, people know now that he's not arrogant. He's not, he's a good guy. He's just that, you see, people put the camera in your face at certain times, and you say, at that height of emotion, you can say things that can change people's opinions of you, And people like to just have opinions of people that they don't want to change. You know, sometimes people got me drinking last week, and I haven't had a drink over 5-6 years. But because that's just people jackasses. That's just what it is. So people seeing what he was saying after the fight, they were, oh, he's arrogant and all this stuff. No, he's not. I was with him all weekend. You know, all of us. We had a good time. It was good. And I mean, and as you can see in the video, he's a humble guy. He's a good guy. People are seeing that now. You know what I mean? People are seeing that now. But people, there's always going to be a bunch of fringe jackasses that, you know, just want to start, crap to watch my mouth. My wife would kick my ass. And there you go. Strike one. So Teofimo Lopez, man, I see great things in his future. I think he's gonna be back. I think the new weight is a lot more comfortable for him, and I think that he's gonna. I think he'll be champ again. I'll go that far. I think Teofimo Lopez will be champ again sometime in the near future. Tank Davis, man. I'd like to see them two fight. that'd be a hell of a fight, wouldn't it? Tank Davis and I don't think it's ever gonna happen, but I can dream. I just think that'd be a good fight. I know there's hey nerds, let me say this because these freaking nerds make me sick, man. He's not even his weight class. You don't know what you're talking about, Greg. Shut up, you jackass. These guys make me sick with that stuff. Going to boxing groups and Facebook and all. Hey, listen, we didn't care about 5 pounds, you idiot. Like we didn't. That's today's game and the game from the world I'm from. You know what I mean? They cry about the little thing. That's why the Dan Rahman, Jake Paul fights are crying. 8 pounds. Who cares? Who cares? Sugar Robinson fought with the light move. Go look it up. Fought the light heavyweight. These things happen. No one cares about that. I went to the Nationals one year. I was 165, really barely hitting 165, and I went to the Nationals out of my weight class at 178, which these guys come down from 190. So I fought in the Nationals at 25 pound disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? That's how we did it. That's how we rolled back in the day. You punks. I'm not gonna get mad today. You know what I mean? Let me move on, because this Sabastian Fundora kid, I had to have a look at him, and I'm gonna give this kid high ceiling. I'm gonna give him a high ceiling, and not because he's tall. I'm 6'5". Dude, I was a 6'5" middleweight at one time, so I'm kind of partial to the tall fighters. It's jab, but even though I was tall, I'll bang with you. Like I'll get inside and I'll bang with you. You know what I mean? I wasn't one of them stick and move or that junk. You know what I mean? You want to roll? Let's roll. You know what I mean? That's how I used to roll. And I'll still roll for about 2 minutes if you if you want to try me. But yeah, Sabastian Fundora, I had a look at him. Tall dude. I think he's a little wide open. Sometimes when he throws his punches, too much emotion. He should be a little more compact. Punches like nice and tight and crisp, nice and crisp. But I like him because he got high ceiling. I think he can do some. If you tuck that chin down a little more, he loves that uppercut. That uppercut's dangerous. You guys coming in with their head down like that, man. You better watch out with this guy. This kid throws that uppercut. That uppercut will take your head clean off. He catch you when you ain't seeing it. Everyone knows uppercuts you can't really see. You know what I mean? The uppercuts is the punch that hurt because they're not really extra powerful punches, but you get caught with them when you're not aware. And any punch you get caught when you're not aware, put you on your ass. Believe me. You know what I mean? Them was the ones that hurt. You know what I mean? So he's got a good uppercut. He's a strong kid. He's tall. I think that he'll have problems when he fights a guy that's tall. Like I would have beat his ass. You know what I mean? But then again, I think I beat everyone's ass. So, but I'd beat him up. But because I think when he's so used to punching down. That's why I tell you, kids. I got a video where I talk about that. I think it's called How to Throw the Right Hand Punch. And you guys go to my channel, check it out. But that's why I tell you guys, always practice on the bag like this. All that garbage. Punch up here, because when you punch up, it's easier to punch down. When you punch down, it's harder to punch up. It's not that complicated. Jesus Christ. Punch up here. Then when you gotta go down here, it's easier. But when you're used to doing this stuff, when you start punching up here, you're at a disadvantage because it's unnatural. Because you're not used to doing this. You know what I mean? So I'm saying with him, I think he's always throwing them uppercuts. The uppercut is not going to be a really effective punch against a guy that his size. Uppercut's effective because the guys that he's smaller, shorter, and they're kind of coming in, and he can kind of set them up, feel the distance, and I used to do the same thing. Jab, got pop, measure them up, and let them walk in, or jab, knowing they're coming after the jab, and pop, get that uppercut. So I get it. The short guys, but when he fights someone taller, it's gonna be it's a little different dynamic. I'm gonna give you a personal thing about that. I was undefeated and I went to fight Greg Everett from Jersey, and he's kind of tall, and I'm not quite as tall as me, but taller than all the guys I fought. I think I was like 8-0 at the time, a young pro. And his jab, he won the battle of jabs, and that was the beginning and end for me. I'm not gonna make excuse say I wasn't in shape and all that crap. Now I give the guy credit for beating me, period. But I'm just saying, he won the battle of the jabs. I was used to just jab. If I win the battle of the jabs with you, then the rest of the fight is easy for me because I'm just setting you up now. I'm jabbing over here. I'm setting you up. And, I'm setting traps for you all day long. But once he hit me with a couple of them jabs, and I couldn't win the battle of the jab, that was it, beginning and end. So I'm saying, with Benavidez, a tall guy that's a good boxer, not Benavidez, Sabastian Fundora, my bad. Sebastian Fundora, a tall guy with good straight punches, like a Tommy Hearns would have decapitated him. But he's gonna have trouble with them guys. Short guy, he's not gonna have trouble. He's gonna keep him out there and throw that sloppy walk. Tighten all your punches up. Your punches are way too wide. Everything. I like that he don't loop too much like that other jackass Jose Benavidez. He don't loop him like that. But I shouldn't call him a jackass, because he's probably a good kid. But I'm saying, tighten up your punches, man. You know what I mean? All that garbage, slapping and over there, everybody, all that. But I'm saying with Sebastian Fundora, he doesn't throw them looping punches, but they're pretty straight punches. But when he winds up, okay, go watch him. He winds up with a lot of his shots. See that? That's winding. See, this is all winding. This, make your punches straight. Anyway, it ain't a boxing class. Just wanted to review my boy because I actually like him. I give him a C plus I'm sorry. I give you a B plus for a potential assailant. I give him a C where he's at right now as for fighting skills and all that. A C just for the talent level. A C plus for ceiling. I give him a B plus because he's tall, he's long, he's got power, he's got potential to increase to get knowledge, and he'll be a lot better fighter in a year or two or whatever. So I give him a lot of props. Jake Paul, you gotta find an opponent. Here I am, man. Give me a call and send some spies in my town. Yeah, go ahead. You're gonna see I don't do nothing but drink pomegranate juice, baby. I'm ready. Nah, I'm only joking, man. I'm 57 years old, boy. Hey, everybody. That's the show. Punchingbagskunk Boxing Media Inc. Punchingbagskunk YouTube channel and Punchingbagskunk.com. We're the best on boxing. Peace, y'all.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.